One of the things that we didn't have with us though is your fucking drone when we went into Akitas. Yeah. we got to tell that story if we're doing this linearly, right? Because right before we got there, we're in Akitas. We were getting ready to stay overnight and go out to the fucking Arcana Center. And Doug, you know, to his credit, I mean, it had a fucking amazing setup. He's bringing this custom-built drone that he's had that fucking flies at like, I don't know, 60 miles an hour or some crazy shit. And
I think they do kilometers there.
Yeah, they're the metric system.
Tomato, potato.
And so we're flying this thing around, and you have this fucking VR goggle shit on that you're fucking flying with this thing.
Yeah.
And we get the and we're gonna have a video of the. Do I have the video of the guys
laughing?
You better pull up that fucking soundbite first.
Of me puking?
Yeah.
No, we'll have that later. We have
sound like a fucking diseased raptor, baby.
We put the VR goggles on the locals. And the guy was freaking the fuck out because he was watching the drone flying over himself, and he was like, "Oh my god!"
Man, that was worth losing all my equipment.
Listo. Listo. You ready? Let's go for the fly. Come on, let's do it. My God. Oh, shit. Oh! Oh! Oh, everything. Oh. Oh, chévere.
That's cool, huh?
Fucking cool, my friend. Really. Oh, dog, this is my brain. Oh.
Better than ayahuasca. What do you think?
Oh shit!
It's cool, huh?
Yeah. So special. I can handle it. you can fold this boat, and you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Which boat?
The boat over here to our right.
Like my 12 o'clock or?
You're 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock.
Okay, 3 o'clock.
Chasing it. Altitude.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
See it? Right there.
Whoa! Oh shit! Ooh! Take it down, what, baby? She's done. Is that the boat? No, you lose it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But we can recuperate. No problem.
Accepted risk.
I got the boat.
They got the boat.
Yeah.
I got the boat.
Let's go recover it.
No
All right,
problem.
we can try. So it was right by there.
Yeah.
How deep is the water?
No, it's 1 meter.
Oh,
and a half.
Easy.
let's go.
Yeah.
Vamos.
1 meter and a half.
Oh my god!
Man, that was worth losing all my equipment.
Yeah.
His reaction in of itself.
Yeah. So long story short, Doug takes the flight of the drone, right, and miscalculates that he used the battery a little earlier and was about to pull it back, and about the time that he was going to go for home, the fucking thing falls into the drink.
Yeah, so to kind of backtrack, you know, I've been building these things. You know, we called them multi-rotors before it was cool to call them drones.
Yeah.
You know, I was building these things when it was not the cool thing to do.
Easy hipster.
Yeah. Hey, listen. I got nothing else.
Why didn't you wear your skin tight corduroy pants to tell this story?
Because you can't have leg muscles and skinny jeans. So anyways, so I've been building these things for years. You know, I have a startup that you guys know where we developed artificial intelligence for the pest control industry using robots, i.e. drones and ground-based robots. So anyways, I put together a small little mini quad drone from scrap hardware I had in my workbench before we left.
Yeah.
And I forgot that the battery I used to tune it before I left was the same battery that I used to fly it with my first flight in Peru.
Batteries.
And I didn't put a voltage monitoring system on it because it was a last minute build. And I was like, oh no, I know it's 4.5 minutes before I need to land it.
Right.
Yeah, so 3.5 minutes, it splashed into the water.
All right, so we went out looking for that, and that's one of these amazing pictures that Doug took with us on the fucking boat out in the fucking Amazon River. We're looking for this fucking drone that Doug put into the drink. And so Doug, of course, being the techie that he is, he's fucking with his tech while we're all looking for his fucking drone. He's not even looking for his fucking drone.
In my defense, we paid them to look for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not our workload anymore. You don't go pick up day laborers from Home Depot and do your own tiling.
Right, but I got to tell you that the story of that guy's face right there, just to the right of Ben, tells it all. He's looking down into the water, already counting his fucking money that he's going to scam from us for doing the search and rescue on this drone while we're gone into our ayahuasca camp. He's just like, we're not going to find this fucking thing, but we're going to get like $80 out of these guys.
Yeah, I mean, searching for that was an adventure in of itself, worthwhile.
Yeah, it was amazing. I'm down under the fucking tarp, looking out, trying to find it.
Stay out of the sun so you don't turn into a fucking lobster.
I think it was a little bit after this photo was taken when we ran through a fisherman's trolling net.
Oh yeah,
it almost started a fucking sea battle.
Yeah. That got weird real quick.
yeah, that guy was not happy with us.
Yeah.
No, I don't speak a ton of Spanish, but I knew enough to know they were angry.
Yeah. It's about to be a Peruvian Viking fucking sea battle.
Yeah, and they're friendly people.
They are friendly people.
So for them to be angry was impressive.
Yeah, and it was amazing how many people we talked to down there. They're like, "Oh, you come down for ayahuasca? Yeah, it's crazy." And then like look at you with like the knowing eyes.
Yeah, the guy that helped us.
You getting high?
The guy that formed the search party for the drone that I lost. I remember he's like, "Oh, you here for ayahuasca?" And he taps his bell and he goes, "Good medicine." I was like, "Okay."
You get fat from ayahuasca,
huh? That's hilarious.
The dawn of Iquitos.
Yeah, so we put a fucking drone into the drink, and like you brought a drone with you today, right? Let's get through it. Let's show that real quick so we can get to our ayahuasca story.
Yeah, let me.
Like this is what Doug does.
So this isn't supposed to look pretty. I mean, I literally grabbed this off my workbench. So I built this for a tethered powered system I put together for my startup.
You use that out of spare vibrator parts?
I do, actually.
Nice.
I took them out of your closet. So clearly I had plenty of parts to use. Almost too many. It was actually too powerful.
My mom's going to be so pissed that you took her shit.
Yeah, so I grabbed this. It's a drone, multi-rotor.
What does multi-rotor mean?
Well, it's Spanish for the Nino. For those of you who get the joke, I thank you. But yeah, no, this is just a drone I built. I've built quite a lot, but this one is powered and controlled through a 150-foot long power cord, so it can fly indefinitely.
Nice.
It's not a pretty build. It's not meant to be pretty, but the functionality is there.
And so your startup does that kind of stuff for, like, you build drones to automatically through AI identify what nuisance birds, right?
Correct.
And so you're going to do that for a number of different applications. I would think that would probably be, although here's the thing, would it work at airports because you're in danger of an extra
so that is the airport use case is why I came up with the ground vehicle.
Okay.
Because I had airport use in mind.
Okay. So you've got a rover as well.
We do, yeah. We call it the FOX, which the acronym stands for Forward Observing Executing. It's a four-wheeled vehicle with track steering that has 2 large speakers in the front.
Yeah. That
plays aggressive dog barking and growling when it gets close enough to a target species. It doesn't touch them. It's PETA friendly in all sense.
Can you program it to play Puddle of Mud?
We could actually. It's a pretty easy process, but we don't want to encourage the animals to follow it and hold up lighters, so we don't play Puddle of Mud.
All right, so Nickelback, man.
Again, we don't want it to follow them and hold lighters, so we play dog barking.
Yeah, you're right.
So yeah, so you like do this with AI in mind. Like the drones are going to be smart enough to be able to figure out when they need to fly, where they need to fly, and go do their job without somebody having to control these things, right?
Yeah, that was the keystone to this entire startup was, can we make an algorithm that can, one, determine that the pest creature is there, or pest vertebrate, as we say.
Right.
2, can it send the correct command to the vehicle to do the correct action?
Nice.
And so once we did the initial testing on a smaller scale, we realized that we could create that algorithm. We knew we had the hardware setups available, and then start testing and progressing the testing, and realized that this is totally viable, and it works.
Nice. And so that's why you brought this custom drone out down to the Amazon with us to fly it around to say, I want to get some amazing footage. Yeah. And
then lost it. First flight. And that footage would have been amazing. We were flying from an abandoned, it was a Russian ship, they said?
Yeah.
That had been beached. It was huge. And we were flying from the top of it. Just the footage would have been amazing.
Yeah.
But we don't have it.
Yeah, it was a beached, like, barge or something that the Russian mafia was using for whatever down in Peru that they just abandoned and yanked the engines out of and whatnot. And there was nothing left of the thing. And we were up on top of that, which was just a cool story in itself.
Yeah, we'll have to plug in that footage.
I think we rolled up on some teens doing hand stuff.
Yeah, there were some teens hanging out on some darker sides of that ship.
Yeah.
It was a big ship.
Either hand stuff or mouth stuff. Something was happening.
Yeah, there was a little bit of fooling around going on that boat. So then we lost the drone. We paid them $80 to search for it, and they found some pieces of it which they wanted to send back to us. And we're like, "Did you find the camera? Because we want the footage, and that's all we're really interested in." And then Ben was like, "You didn't get the camera. Fuck off."
Yeah, everything else was shorted, so it
being
doesn't
the
matter.
decent human beings that we are, they went through all this effort to find pieces of.
In our defense, we did pay them ahead of time.
Yeah, we did front pay these guys.
Yeah, and we also don't care.
Yeah, we only. Yeah, if we didn't have the camera.
Hashtag their problem.
Right.